Good morning. I'm Camilla Oz on T3 Live. On the agenda today, we have political upheaval, natural disasters, the fear of a nuclear holocaust. Moving on, because apparently the market has, showing once again the resilience of our US markets. We've shrugged it off and are basically back to where we were before the strife. Once high-flying tech darling Research in Motion, RIMM, has slumped 12%. This would normally send a chill through the Nasdaq stock market, but the futures are pointing to another strong day. And this is just in. The government's final estimate of GDP for the fourth quarter of 2010 is revised from the prior 2.8% to 3.1%. This is the revised revision of the revised number of 2.8% from the earlier revised number. And this is the Morning Call.
What's going on, people? Welcome to Morning Call. My name's Kenny Glick, standing in for Scotty Red Dog. Thanks very much, Scott, for taking a vacation and giving me this opportunity to hang out on this bright, fantastic Friday morning with our fantastic co-host, Camilla, giving me that fantastic smile and making me feel fantastic. Maybe I could use the word fantastic 7 or 8 more times in this opening monologue. So anyway, Scotty likes to talk about the S&Ps right off the bat. What I like to do and talk about the Qs, because that's more of my forte. The 4 Qs, which is now the 3 Qs, because we couldn't type that Q in any longer. For some reason, they changed the 3 Qs to the 4 Qs, but we're now back to the 3 Qs. But let's go back to the Red Dog and his price point sheet. The sheet of magic, the sheet of wonder. Now, if you were wondering about the sheet of wonder and the price point sheet, what Scott tries to do every morning, he tries to lay it out to you as basic as you could possibly get. What we're looking for, you're looking for your entries, where we're looking for the stock to go, your exits, and basically if you follow along with this price point sheet, there's a good chance that you're going to do well just following the rules and regulations of the trading day. But what we're going to talk about today is the Qs and what we're looking at for today. So the QQQ, let's take a look at this chart. Shikablah! The Qs, okay, now had been rallying tremendously right from the beginning of the year. And if you don't know about the Qs, this is basically the NASDAQ 100, your top 100 stocks in the NASDAQ stock market, which took off right from the get-go. Now, in this market, we've been looking for a pullback. Everyone was waiting for a pullback. I don't want to get into this market right now. I'm waiting for a pullback. Then the market starts pulling back and all rationale starts. Oh, this is incredible. I don't know what to do. Maybe we're going to sell off more. That's where everybody went wrong. What was going on was that when the market started going back down, chick-a-blaff, when the market started going back down, I was assuming that we were going to give back pretty much the whole entire year. So the Qs hit around 59 and change. And then we started selling off. Now, I thought the Qs were going to get back to about 54.20 on the Qs. Now, what happened with our political upheavals and our natural catastrophes, it just exasperated that move. Now, it exaggerated that move. We got there a lot faster, a lot quicker, and we got it over with. More like the capitulation move that everybody loves to see. But when you're in the middle of that capitulation, people don't seem to act the way they were going to act when you had it all planned out a week ahead of schedule. You know what I'm talking about? Because when a stock is at 20.5 and you're waiting for that thing to pull back to 18.5, next thing you know it's at 18.5, then you're sitting there waiting to see if it goes to 18, maybe 17.5. And that brings me to Jabil Circuitry, JBL. I've talked about this one often enough. Now here's a company, and because I want to talk about Research in Motion, but here's a company that got back down to our price point, looked like it was going to break down with our Japan fears. Next thing you know, they report earnings, and the stock has given us a 2-point move right back into that wonderful zone of the 2150s. Now, let's take a look at Adobe, ADBE, showing some more resilience in the market. Shikabliff, Adobe came out with earnings, and the stock was gapping down, something that we love to see, because what it did, if we want to take a look at the intraday chart, let's go back on the 2-day chart, we had a little bit of a double bottom down here, started gaining some strength, and of course, we have our beautiful looking W, and then off to the races we went. More resilience, more fantastic opportunities, and we could just keep on doing this over and over again. It's great that when you have the market, when you have these up days of 175, 200 on the Dow, and the Nasdaq's up 50 points, and you go home, and everyone's like, hey, you must have had a great day today. But it turns out you probably had a lousy day because you were confounded and confused. You didn't know when to get into the market because it gapped up so high. You thought you were topping out the market. But then when we have these range-bound nothing days and you find these opportunities where stocks are coming off some lows and your opportunities are there and the market seems like it's gone nowhere, but you've had a good day. That's what we try to do here at T3 Live. That's why we go live every day. You could tune into your favorite trader. You could tune into the guy that's you're more comfortable with and see what he's doing on the day and, take it from there. So right now, we are going to go back to the Qs, and of course the GDP number came in, as Camilla put it, the revision of the revised number, because we never know exactly what the government's telling us. We just have to take it for what it is and see what the market's going to do. Now again, with Research in Motion coming out, normally this would be a day where the market would be getting absolutely hammered. But once again, we're showing strength. But at the same time, remember, this is Friday. We have our weekly options expiration. We're going to be looking for the same kind of thing that we're always looking for. I like to look for reversals. So I'm going to have Research in Motion up on my screen the entire day, looking for this thing to gain some strength. Okay? And as far as any other company, like the Oracle's gapping up. I'll always look for that stock to maybe give up some ground. So wrapping it up, Camilla, do you have anything to add to the program this morning?
Oh, well, I think, resilience is the theme of today. So I hope we all have a resilient weekend. Bear the weather. I know that everyone was hoping spring was around the corner, but unfortunately, the weather is bitterly cold. So rug up and keep safe.
Thanks a lot, Camilla. Always a pleasure having you aboard. Anyway, this is Morning Call, and enjoy your day. Thanks again to Scotty Red Dog. Hope you're having a good time out there in Utah.